Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. My name's Ashton and today I'm going to share my experiences on how I got my cross-country endorsement at the age of 16. I'm going to share what it allows me to do now, the different flights I did to get my cross-country endorsement, and overall what the entire experience was like. So let's get right into it. So first of all, what does it mean now that I've got my cross-country endorsement? Well, it means that I can fly further than 25 nautical miles away from my departure aerodrome. Before getting the cross-country endorsement, I was restricted to flying within that 25 nautical miles, but now that restriction has been lifted and I can fly further across Australia. There are restrictions on where I can and can't fly in Australia, but as a whole, I am allowed mostly anywhere across Australia outside of controlled airspace. When I first started my cross-country navigation training, I had around 25 hours in my logbook. My first flight that I did was from Lethbridge to Ararat and then back again. This flight was a very different experience as I'd never done a navigation flight before. Learning to look off your charts and fly the aircraft at the same time was a completely different experience to anything that I'd done in my previous training. It was also a very different experience landing at a completely new airport that I'd never been to before and learning the visual cues and actually spotting it out in the distance when I was coming in. Some of the other flights I've done have been some of the most memorable flights I've ever done. The flight from Lethbridge to Warrnambool to Peterborough and back to Lethbridge was an absolutely cracker of a day. It was blue skies, plenty of traffic around, but it was absolutely amazing being able to fly along the Great Ocean Road and being able to see it from the aerial view. The Bendigo flight we did, there was a bit of a lower cloud cover that day and plenty of mountainous terrain over, and it was very important to avoid all the controlled airspace around. Once again, a completely different and new learning experience. Then the Torquay Morning Peninsula to Latrobe Valley and return via Melbourne was a very long flight. There was plenty of learning to do with heavy traffic near Moorabbin, Essendon and Melbourne. Being able to go along the coastal scenic view route over Melbourne was absolutely stunning. There were plenty of aircraft around, but being able to see the city so close up from the sky, it was absolutely surreal. Then came my first solo navigation flight.
So we're in the plane now, getting ready to go out. Just gonna fill her up, so get the checklist ready and get going.
It was just me in the aircraft. The responsibility felt huge, but it was an amazing confidence builder. And having no instructor next to you, you look next to you and you're like, there's no one there, it's just you in the aircraft. And it's a similar feeling to your first solo at the airport where you just do a circuit, but this time it's on a much bigger scale. There's a lot of things that you have to manage, but it was an absolutely amazing experience going up.
It's a great day. I've just finished my navigation endorsement, my cross-country endorsement flying. So now I can fly outside this 25 nautical mile radius around the airport, which is really exciting. So I passed the check flight today, so I'm really looking forward to the next flight I take and getting back in the air.
So before completing this check flight, I had completed a written test. There's a lot of information on there and you have to do quite a few of them before you get your recreational pilot certificate, and then once again for your cross-country endorsement. And one very useful tool that I found was the Go Fly Online resources. So they've got a whole collection of resources for when getting your recreational pilot certificate. They've got some amazing resources on there as well with quizzes to be able to test your knowledge, and there are endless different videos that you can watch, whether it be for entertainment or for learning purposes. I'd highly recommend checking out Go Fly Online, as it has been really helpful in what I have done and helping pass my test for my recreational pilot certificate and my navigation endorsement as well. So make sure you go check the link in below and check out Go Fly Online. The next step for me is to gain my passenger endorsement once I build more pilot and command hours up. That will allow me to take family or friends up for a flight, which I'm really looking forward to. For anyone curious about the official requirements, RAAus requires a minimum of 10 hours dual cross-country navigation training plus 2 hours solo cross-country navigation. You must pass the RAAus Flight Navigation Ready Examination and complete a navigation test flight in a 2-seater recreational aircraft with an approved instructor or examiner. Group A aircraft are defined as 3-axis, single or dual seat, single engine aircraft up to 600 kilograms max takeoff weight, or 650 kilograms if waterborne. Getting this endorsement has been an amazing milestone in my aviation journey. Thanks everyone for watching the video, and I hope you learnt something new about the process. If you really liked the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then.